Good evening, Professor Gaur, and thanks a lot for giving your time and coming on your PD Education channel, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Professor Gaur, before every interaction, I make some kind of questionnaire and some kind of interaction points. I have made in your case also, sir.
Yeah.
And I'm of the strong opinion that IITs, being very premium institutes, the people who are heading these institutes as directors, they are very visionary people, and they have entire experience of their own domain. And sir, you are heading IIT Jammu, and I have gone through your profile, sir, and I want to discuss with you first your own academic journey. You started from IIC Bangalore, and then you went to University of Southampton, and then you served as faculty in MNIT Jaipur, very prestigious institute in Jaipur. Then Triple IT Kota, and then now Director IIT Jammu. So I want your brief journey, sir, from you.
Yeah, so journey in fact started from the school, I would say. I went to a very Gandhian school where we were told to work with hands.
Okay.
And engineering was my passion from the very beginning. And that's why I went for engineering. Bachelor's, after that I went to Institute of Science Bangalore and then Southampton, UK. Has been a very rewarding, evolutionary and learning experience throughout. And I still continue to learn each day, one way or other. And whatever we have accrued till now, we are going to invest into IIT Jammu creativity as well. IIT Jammu, Triple IT Kota was in between while working in MNIT Jaipur. I mentored that institute for 1.5 years as a faculty in charge, which was again an institution created ground up at NIT Jaipur only.
So, Professor Gaur, you are from computer science background, sir, and the time when you were in IIC Bangalore, or for that matter in UK, and you were graduating from all these world reputed institutes, sir, that was the time. And even today, especially for computer science domain, like there were so many opportunities. I mean, for people like you, so many opportunities. And in India, we are facing a big shortage of really good people in teaching, sir. So I want to ask you, sir, what motivated you to become in teaching profession, though you were having all other domains with you?
I love teaching. As I said, that I loved autonomy and creativity of teaching.
Okay.
My passion for working by hand, finding and improving the solutions by observing real things around us. And that took me to an area by what we called doing the networking and learning the networking technologies and executing large projects. In fact, at the institution framework, it remains a passion. Still, I keep on doing it. And we also started doing, and which I thought that at the institution framework, automation is very important. If you can do an institution level automation successfully, then it will create a lot of efficiency and transparency within systems. So automation of all kinds, and particularly automated workflows, which are always challenging, has become a passion for me. And technology of all kinds excites me, and still I read a lot what happens around us, which make the people's life much better and give a very strong connect to society. So IIT, just want to share it, IIT Jammu is one of the most automated institutions wherein we have become almost paperless. In all domains of institutional governance, we adopted it from the very beginning, and we continue to evolve, and we are successful in that implementation. I won't say that I have a perfect system, but we feel great about it. In spite of earlier lockdown of 2019 and the COVID later on, we found ourselves best prepared for such scenarios because of deep dive automation. And as an institution, we never stopped functioning, be it curfew or COVID. Though we had challenges, in research also, if you look at, I initially worked in VLSI automation and synthesis, then moved to networks on chip and multi-core designs. wherein I try to contribute in open source platforms, and still one software called Nirgam is being used. Then got involved with multi-institutional project. It's called Information Security Education Awareness. Then wrote different funding projects for external funding. I was successful, and I was very lucky to have a number of very smart students actually, who enabled me to develop security domain, malware analysis, network security, and mobile platform analysis, security analysis. I still continue to work in this area, and am involved in different projects in different capacities.
Okay. Professor Gaur, I heard very beautiful word from you, that is automation. And you said that automation is very important for success of any organization. And you even use the term deep dive automation, sir. Now, these terms coming from computer expert may be very natural for you. But sir, I want you to please elaborate on this little bit. What do you really mean by when you say automation of the organization?
See, automation, if you do it in proper essence by understanding the user's needs and involving all the stakeholders, it becomes very useful as a tool.
Right, sir.
And it becomes part of the culture.
Right, sir.
As an institutional part of the government, we tend to get the bureaucracy seeping into the system.
Yes, sir.
Which affects our efficiency and the way we interact with various systems, like the students interacting with the student welfare office,
right, sir.
The students interacting with academic affairs office, the faculty interacting with the different offices in the institutions. If we make it paperless and automated, then it becomes much transparent and efficient.
That's true.
What is required to be done in a couple of days can be done a few minutes.
That's true.
And which is open to scrutiny as well.
That's true.
But at the same time, if you look at few years back, either we had a very expensive solutions, or we had a legacy systems where we have more chances of failures.
That's true.
So people tend to go slow on that. But now we had an opportunity because we didn't have any legacy with us, and we had a clean slate. So we went into it and we created our systems by re-engineering system which remain compliant and yet automated in an efficient way.
That's good. So, Professor Gaur, I want to ask a question here related to this only, and maybe that may be a little deviation from here. But, sir, IIT Delhi was mentoring institute, if I'm not wrong, for IIT Jammu. Sir, we know that whenever there's a big tree, under that growth of a small plant is hindered. And then you are talking about the legacy, sir. I want to ask you, sir, how much challenging it is to work under the legacy of some big institute, still create your own different identity.
I would say that, at every level, you have to manage the expectations.
That's true.
Because though we are new IIT, we are very small in number, whether it's students or faculty. But again, we are IIT after all. So IIT Delhi has done a wonderful job by mentoring us. They still keep on, supporting us in every different way. Whenever we have some issue, we want to go back to them. They immediately, we never heard no from them. In fact, they go out of the way to support us, be it director or any head of the department or any faculty of IIT Delhi. They are quite forthright. They are quite upfront, coming to us in various, activities and development. But at the same time, we didn't want to become the clone of IIT Delhi, because each IIT has got its individual characters, and we have to create that culture and character of our own.
Right, sir.
Hence, after 3 years, slowly we are weaning off, and now we are creating our own culture, our own character at Jammu.
That's great, sir. Professor Gaur, you are representing one institute as administrator also, so that reflects your managerial skills, sir. At the same time, you are a researcher par excellence. I have gone through your work, sir, and your research area is information security and network on chips. And you were part of a crucial project, which is information security education awareness, which contributed to the information security of India. Especially, we have seen a couple of months back when many apps of China was banned because of these issues. So I want you to throw some light on this research work and how it is related to information security of country.
ISCA project, I think phase 1 started somewhere 2004 and 5. We were a participating institute at that time. We start from Jaipur, in fact. We started contributing. We created a lab over there. We introduced some elective courses. We started specialized courses at undergraduate as well as postgraduate level. Looking at our performance in phase two, we become a resource center. In fact, we were elevated in that way. We worked very hard to get that status. Advantage is we could able to attract more and more students who start working on the project.
Right, sir.
And what started with 10 to 15 institutions in phase one, now it's being spanned out around 50 plus institutions across India.
Right, sir.
That includes different IITs, ISC Bangalore, and many NITs.
Right, sir.
And end result is that now we have very large number of information security courses which have become part of the curricula of the various undergraduate and postgraduate programs. And we start getting the manpower which we require at a big country like India.
Right.
So this is and it has got a teaching component as well as research component.
Okay.
So we continue to contribute in that project.
Right, sir.
And I believe the phase 3 is going to come again. So where IIT Jammu shall also be part of it.
Right, sir. Professor Gaur, recently our Prime Minister has initiated Atmanirbhar initiative where we want that our own people should vocal for local kind of things and all. I want to ask you, sir, like what are the entrepreneurial opportunities related to your field of specialization? Because we know that in the computer domain, there are many opportunities for entrepreneurs. So, sir, I want to ask you my first question, what are such opportunities related to your field of research? And my second question is to the director of IIT Jammu, that how entrepreneurial culture is being evolved in IIT Jammu.
Yeah. So computer science or information technology or information and communication technologies provides an easy path. If you have a skill set,
Yes.
then you can start developing various software tools, application frameworks, or apps, which can generate if you understand the user demands.
Right, sir.
So we understood it early, and we had an opportunity here as well because J&K as a state and now UT had a huge demand, and we saw that there's an opportunity wherein we can fit in as an institution for excellence because our faculty is very innovative, very driven, and they're extremely talented. Right. So what we did is we started working initially with IIT Delhi. Of course, they mentored us and they told us how to go about it. So very quickly, we are registering a Section 8 company, which will give us a platform that how to incubate and innovate using entrepreneurs, skills of our students and faculty as well. We created a cell which works internally to promote proof of concept ideas within institution. We are going to incentivize them. We are going to fund them as per the Government of India policies. The incubation will happen in the Section 8 company called I3C. Okay. That's called Institute Innovation Incubation Council. Okay. As I said, that Section 8 company shall be registered very soon, and the students will start working on their real projects. Okay. The students of IIT Jammu, in the meantime, and the regions shall be mentored and will be encouraged to incubate the ideas and lead to entrepreneurship. Great. And we have started offering formal courses in using external experts from corporates. In fact, these courses in last 2 to 3 semesters, which have been very popular among our students, and which has become very handy also in post-COVID situation. Great. These are early days, but we see green shoots in our campus. Our students are doing extremely well in hackathons. I think our teams have ranked first in a couple of hackathons, in spite of having the senior IITs as well, wherein they can develop the products and they can showcase also. And we are sure to have some startups in our campus in next 1.5 years, depending upon the infrastructure available at our campus as well.
Right, sir. Okay, so my next question to you is like this semester is online semester, and it is not a very good thing, like students are kept away from the campuses, we understand. So my first question to you related to this is, sir, how IIT Jammu has dealt with this situation where how learning has been facilitated. So is this was a challenge, but what opportunities came out of it? And sir, has learning, or for that matter career of the students later on, will it get affected on long-term basis because of this situation?
We have challenge. In fact,
Yes.
if you look at as soon as the lockdown happened in March, so we took initiative along with another 3G IIT, third generation IIT, IIT Dharwad. We took leadership. Our faculty members worked around to do a survey to understand that what problems are being faced by the faculty and the students, and we got reasonably good inputs,
Okay.
and a lot of learning happened, that what is required to improve the learning in such a situation. We didn't have much time, so we went online immediately, whatever tools available with us. But we kept that data and start working rigorously and deliberately, that how to deal with those requirements. And we found an opportunity in our adversity over here and made the best out of it. Our classes must have gone online, but we made a conscious effort to keep the classroom experience intact. We knew that content is most important, and if we add the TAs with the content, then the quality of learning will improve a lot.
Yes.
And our creations of such classrooms, we started creating such classrooms at IIT Jammu, are curated by the feedback which we got from the students and the faculty among IITs. The learning experience has changed, but it really has not hampered actually. As far as lab work is concerned, yes, we have some problems. We have planned for that. After the theory subjects are over,
Right.
we'll make their arrangement as per the available, the protocol. We'll call them batches on campus to complete their labs. As far as the career part is concerned, the pandemic is here for everyone, and careers around the world are being affected.
That's true.
But we are working hard to take care of our students so that they are affected at the least. In fact, the first batch which passed out in post-COVID situation, we did not lose any jobs actually for our students, those
Okay.
who are placed in the campus. But I think here the brand IT will help us actually in long and short term. We are doing everything to make our students employable,
Right.
and we have a good response from the students because they understand, they are smart, and so we are in this together, and we'll get through it.
Okay. So can we expect offline semester next semester, sir, which is to resume in January or Feb? Can we expect that or?
Yes, in fact, there are multiple guidelines are there with us, like UGC has given in, in early November. Then 1st of December, again, we have another set of guidelines which is being issued by MHA. But at the same time, there are local guidelines effective from the state and the district administration,
Right.
which has to go in tandem.
Right.
So we have to work around, and we expect that we start calling as, because our hostels capacity is challenged by this pandemic because social distancing norms and
Yes.
other
Yes.
things.
Yes, sir.
So we upper limit is reduced. How many students you can have in hostels. So we are going to get them in batches somewhere in January, starting January.
Okay.
And so we are improvising some way so that one set of students will come, complete their things, they go back, the second students will come, and they start doing it. So it will be more work for us, but we are getting to it.
Yes, I understand. So, Professor Kaur, I want to ask you now. I want to go in different aspects, sir. And uh, we know that there are so many industries which look forward to have very good technocrats from premium institutes like IITs. They expect that these students should be equipped with certain software skills or certain skills which are required in the industries. So I want to ask you, sir, like there are certain domains where industries require technocrats, like machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and you being from this research domain also, sir, my question to you is IIT Jammu doing putting effort in this direction to enhance employability of the students?
Yeah. We are doing it our bit over here. We took early initiative in this direction. We decided to go interdisciplinary because machine learning, AI, data sciences applied not only in computer science,
Yes, sir.
as a development tool, but it goes to other branches of engineering and technology as well.
That's true.
We created a number of electives and UG courses in different programs.
Right,
We also started specialized PG programs in data science, information security last year. In fact, the
Right.
first batch of students are going to pass out this year. which is very good experiment and successful in terms of employability. Both have extensive components of AI/ML, artificial intelligence, as well as machine learning. End result is our faculty members are working on many translation projects, which involves AI and ML. IIT Jammu also got involved in a number of workshops and training programs for external organization, and plan to launch a few online courses and user-oriented programs as well.
Right, sir.
And to cater to this theory and experimental skills, we have created in last about to launch one of the high performance computing and cloud facility, which will be, I think, one of the top 15 facilities in India.
Right,
so, and we are going to make it available to all the users.
That will be wonderful. Because I was seeing, sir, like new IITs, like IIT Ropar also has started artificial intelligence, and that is a interdisciplinary domain only.
Yeah.
IIC has started very late. They have started only 2 years back. So new IITs are taking initiative quite fast in that direction, sir. That is good. My next point of discussion is the, sir, challenge and opportunities to be the director or head of a new IIT. You know, there are opportunities, sir. There are a lot of challenges also. So that is my point. Next.
Yeah. So biggest challenge is managing expectations, right?
Right, sir. Right, sir.
The expectations of the students, because being an IIT, they try to compare with other older IITs.
That's true.
And same applies to the faculty also, who want to kickstart the research, but infrastructure is still in the pipeline.
Yes, sir.
So as a director of the new institution, I have to work hard to make way for them.
Right, sir.
But at the same time, we are trying to turn our challenges into opportunities. And that too is coming, as I said, with a very dedicated, young and passionate team of faculty. While the world was struggling with the worldwide lockdown, it wasn't new for us. In fact, IIT Jammu, we have seen different kind of lockdowns in the last 1.5 years.
That's true, sir.
And that has prepared us well to handle this lockdown. And in a sense, what we happened is we thought that can we still provide the best of education in our, which is a primary goal for us. I would say that image issue of IIT Jammu and has to be taken care of. So we worked very hard in the last 5-6 months, in different ways to create certain facilities to catch up, wherein we can create our impact.
Okay.
And one of the challenges is the perception issue of Jammu, in fact,
Okay.
as a place,
Okay.
which at times I feel is a roadblock for us as well.
Yes.
It is otherwise Jammu is absolutely normal. It
That's
is one of the best connected cities
Yes.
among all 2G and 3G IITs.
That's
And Jammu is like any other city. It is in fact more peaceful with cleaner air. I
Yes,
always
that's
say
true.
that.
Yes.
But it suffers from a perception because the tense situation which continues in Kashmir Valley.
That's true.
So we are trying our best to establish and remove that perception. Where IIT Jammu is a very safe, peaceful city,
Right.
and there should not be any fear associated with it. But I still would say that challenges are here to stay, but so we are.
Okay. Sir, Jammu as IIT has created infrastructure sufficient for students to house within the campus, sir? Or they
Yes.
still, yeah, because that is something which is most important for from safety perspective.
Mm-hmm. So I think IIT Jammu is one of the first third generation IITs who created the hostels and students start living in the permanent location.
Great.
So if we go by the original plan, then around 840 students capacity exists in our campus.
Okay.
And that's thanks to initial mentorship by IIT Delhi. They took initial steps to reach where we are right now.
Great. Professor Gaur, my next point of discussion is related to foreign collaborations of IIT Jammu, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If you can tell something about that.
Yeah. So as any other IITs, we have the faculty members. They have a very strong connect at the individual level.
Right, sir.
From the universities around the world. So as an institution, we encourage them to harness and continue their interaction. Of course, last 7-8 months post-COVID, this still continues to be a bit limiting one. But at the same time, in last 2 to 3 years, we established multiple MOUs with
Right.
foreign universities
Right, sir.
To name a few, Auckland University, we did it, Norwegian University of Science and Technology, then a couple of universities in Iran also, like Shiraz University of Technology in Iran, University of Bordeaux. And in fact, we have the umbrella MOUs signed by number of IITs with a number of universities in France and a number of universities in Finland with a number of IITs in India as well. So we continue to be part of it. And we are also part of a group which interact very closely with Canadian universities as well.
That's true. Okay, so sir, my next point is something which is very, very crucial point, and I will say that is also a problem of our society. Sir, in India, what that is my perception, like best mind still is not attracted towards teaching. Teaching as a profession does not attract the best mind. But when you interact with people like you who are sitting at those positions, you are teacher by choice and not by chance, sir. And I believe that unless until best brain is attracted towards higher education, let's say masters or PhDs, we cannot get very good mentors or very good teachers in premium institutes like IITs. So my question here to you, sir, is like what IITs should do or are doing to attract best brain for PhD courses in India, in IITs, which have all the facilities or they have all the developed labs with them and very good teachers.
You are very right to put it in that way. Getting the best PhD candidates and very capable PhD candidates who can become very capable faculty members in the premier institutions is challenging.
Challenge, yes.
Because we receive a very large number of application at the PhD program, but we end up giving very few admissions because again we have a rigorous process of screening and shortlisting and then testing them before they get admission. But at the same time, we are trying to make it a bit attractive with industrial collaborations, very translational problem spaces. And we also try to incentivize good candidates with the exchange program with the foreign universities.
Right, sir.
We are very generous in attaching the post supervision from anywhere in the world, in fact, including industry.
Right, sir.
And recently we created the positions of professor practice also. So the industry people can work very closely with us
Right,
in
sir.
very relevant problems which
Right.
society would like to see solved.
Right, sir.
But at the same time, we need to be very lean, proactive institution so that we remain attractive to others.
Right, sir. Great. Professor Gaur, my next question is related to IIT Jammu, sir. And IITs were created as being Institute of Higher Learning. No doubt, we still know that IITs, BTech are still the main product of IITs, followed by MTech and PhDs. But for higher education, sir, I want to ask you a question which is very straight. I'm going to ask that why student who is aspiring to be in higher education should prefer IIT Jammu? There are so many other IITs. Why IIT Jammu?
The simple response is it is an IIT.
Yes, that's true, sir.
But and that too in a beautiful city of Jammu,
Right,
boasting one of the best connectivity among 2G and 3G IITs.
And as you said, clean air also, sir.
Yeah, and be it road, trains, or flights, Jammu is well positioned actually in that.
Right.
The brand IIT is a mark of excellence and the world-class education plus vibrant culture as we grow. And we will prepare the students for our country, which they will be proud of.
Right, sir.
For the MNCs and startup alike. It's a great time to set milestones at an IIT because the support we have been generated from industry, the government, and other IITs. Right. So that gives a very rewarding feeling to create institution, and I am pretty sure that in coming years you will see that there will be normal traction towards IIT Jammu. Because we'll improve the perception, will deliver the goods to the society.
Right, sir. Sir, I myself being from IIT background, I don't know, I should ask this question and does any answer exist to this? But still, I dare to ask this question, sir. And I normally ask the directors of different IITs, like, what is peculiar in your IIT? Like among different IITs, there are new IITs, old IITs. So what is so peculiar about IIT Jammu, and where does it stand as far as the ranking is concerned? Though as I requested you that I should not ask this question because ranking not is always possible, but still I would dare to ask you, sir, this.
Yeah, so ranking is early, is very early for us actually.
That's good.
I will not try to venture out in responding to that, in fact,
Right,
because
sir.
first batch has just passed out and we are still growing in our plan. Like one of the disciplines was introduced only last year.
Right, sir.
But at the same time, what I say that you will observe slowly that IIT Jammu is one of the new third generation IITs, which is deliberating very heavily on bottom up vision,
Right, sir.
which is with research based growth,
Right, sir.
where we have some defined verticals which we say that will adopt for next few years,
Right, sir.
which are region specific in national interest,
Right,
so
sir.
that we have a growth defined for us as per what is available around us.
Right, sir.
We observe, we inculcate a culture of growth, which
Right, sir.
is translational in nature. We
Right,
try
sir.
to solve some problems which need to be solved rather
Right, sir.
than what we would like to solve.
Right, sir.
So, in that way, we are deliberating among us, ourselves.
Right, sir.
And in that way, we are creating what we call the culture of innovation and creativity,
Right, sir.
which will allow us to overcome challenges,
Right, sir.
and that will set us apart. Actually, that's
Right,
my
sir.
feeling.
Right, sir.
As I said, for example, while the world was struggled to deliver lectures from home, our professors were busy brainstorming, transforming lecture halls into high-tech lecture studios.
Right,
We
sir.
gave the classroom experience back to our students, and which was quite appreciated this semester
That's good.
amidst this pandemic. And we are the only one to do that. We
Right,
are
sir.
inspiring others. We recently helped set up a similar audiovisual lecture studio at Jammu University also,
Right, sir.
and we are hand-holding many other institutions in J&K because our methods are a success.
Right,
So
sir.
our innovation and energy is infectious,
Right, sir.
and we plan to take it far and wide. Our
Right, sir.
benchmark is to deliver an education of global standards,
Right, sir.
and for that we continue to innovate, encourage, and to invent.
Great, sir. Professor Gaur, my next question is related to a very, very important asset of any organization. We know that out of many resources in any educational institute, faculty is the most crucial resource, followed by anything else, including labs and infrastructure. And every IIT tries its level best to attract the best pool of mentors. So in some of the IITs, when I interacted with the directors, they said that they are even going for recruitment of the faculties and going to go for road shows abroad or something like that. So I want to ask you, sir, like how you are trying to get the best faculty in IIT Jammu.
Yeah, we are doing what other IITs are doing. Like we
Okay.
also do the roadshow, we give the webinars, we take part and speak in front of international audience.
Right, sir.
And but beyond that, we started many proactive systems also.
Right,
Like
sir.
if somebody is traveling, and if I'm traveling abroad, then I used to say something faculty search abroad. I'll take a bunch of faculty
Right, sir.
and I interact with them, be it a restaurant, be it some place where I can informally interact whether they've got some potential or not.
Right, sir.
And if we are excited about any faculty and we want him,
Right,
then our turnaround time can be as fast as within a week. We get
Right,
back to
sir.
him very fast.
Right,
So
sir.
we are putting a very proactive approach and reach out and quick turnaround time for faculty members applications which keep on receiving.
Right, sir.
Whenever somebody applies with us, we welcome faculty with a lot of warmth. Actually, we try to reach out to them that they should be taken care of.
Right, sir.
We have a rolling advertisement like all other IITs to
Right, sir.
attract faculty application at every level.
Right, sir.
We keep working on received application on continuous basis. We have processed nearly 5,000 plus application in the last 3 years, and typically picked up 72 faculty members. But at the same time, it's a challenge to get
Yes.
quality faculty, because quality of faculty will define the institutions in coming
That's
years.
That's right.
We also invite senior faculty members from other 1G IITs and also adjunct with us from all over the globe. So we are very open, we are very proactive in our approach.
Great, sir. Okay, so my last question, sir, I have come to an end of this interaction. My last question is also one of the most important question, and this question directly comes from the student. And the most important allurement for students joining IITs is placement. They want to get very good jobs and go out, and that is also one of the handicap of new IITs, or one of the challenge, if I cannot say that handicap. So I want your opinion on this, sir, about the placement situation of IIT Jammu.
Uh, uh, for first passing out batch, it was a challenge, and particularly in pandemic, right,
Right,
post-pandemic
sir.
situation.
Right, sir.
We had all challenges thrown at us, but we worked hard. We have a career development center, what we
Right, sir.
call it, and we did reasonably well among our group, like 3G IITs, six of
Right.
us. IIT Jammu did very well in spite of COVID situation. A good number of internships, pre-placement offers, and the placements have already taken place, even for this year. This year, I think, if I am correct, then 31 companies are visiting IIT Jammu for four disciplines of BTech and MTech programs. A number of startups shall also be interacting with our students for the placements.
Right.
And we expect a very good percentage of students shall be placed in the campus placements because our quality of students is as good as any other IIT.
Right, sir.
Though we can target 100%, but time will tell what we will be able to achieve on campus.
Right, sir.
And our students are being given additional, training in entrepreneurship and innovation also. So some of them certainly will go for higher studies as well as entrepreneurial, skills being tried with their POCs.
Right, sir. So, Professor Gaur, I have come to an end of this wonderful interaction, sir. And I thank you for this lot of information which has come from you with infectious smile, as it is mentioned in your profile also, sir. That is true. I could see that. And I'm really thankful for this entire wonderful session, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.